Have you ever prayed, and all you heard was silence? You opened your heart. You got on your knees. You cried. You begged. You waited, and still, nothing. No answer, no sign, no whisper, just silence. And in that silence, something shifts inside us. We begin to question. We begin to fear. We wonder if God is even there at all. It feels like heaven is closed, like your prayers are hitting a wall, like you're talking to yourself. You whisper, "God, can you hear me? Do you even see me? Have you abandoned me?" You feel forgotten, invisible, alone. But what if silence isn't a sign of absence? What if it's a tool of presence? What if God's silence isn't Him walking away, but Him drawing you closer? Because silence has a voice, and sometimes it's louder than words. You're not the first to feel this way, and you won't be the last. Look at Job, a righteous man, blameless, faithful, and yet everything was taken from him: his health, his wealth, his family, all gone. And when Job cried out, when he begged for answers, when he demanded justice, God said nothing. For days, maybe weeks, Job sat in a silence, with nothing but his pain and his questions. But even in that silence, God was still there. Look at David, the man after God's own heart. In Psalm 22, he writes, my God, why have you forsaken me?" And still, he kept writing, he kept worshiping, he kept believing. Even Jesus, the Son of God, hanging on a cross, broken, bleeding, alone, he looked to heaven and cried, "Father, why have you forsaken me?" Heaven was silent, but even then, the plan of salvation was unfolding. Redemption was in motion. If Jesus himself wasn't spared from silence, why do we think we will be? But hear this: silence is not rejection, it's not punishment, and it's never the absence of love. Sometimes silence is sacred. It's where faith is forged, where trust is tested, where spiritual roots grow deep. In the silence, God is working. In ways you cannot see, He is answering prayers. In ways you don't yet understand, He is preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. We seek answers, but God seeks surrender. We long for noise, but He calls us to stillness, because it's in the stillness that the whisper becomes clear. Not in thunder, not in lightning, but in the gentle voice, speaking to your spirit, saying, "I am here, I never left. Keep going." So, what should you do? When God is silent, you don't stop praying. You don't give up. You don't run away. You press in. You lean in. You trust harder. You stay still and listen. even when it hurts, even when the silence is heavy, even when it feels like he's a million miles away. That's when faith becomes real. That's when belief becomes deep. That's when you truly walk by faith and not by sight. That's when you trust God's heart, even when you can't hear His voice. And I promise you this, the silence won't last forever. There will be a sunrise. There will be a breakthrough. The silence will turn into a song. The emptiness will turn into testimony. Sometimes God is silent because He's already said what you need to hear. Sometimes He's waiting on you to move before He speaks again. And sometimes He's just sitting with you in the silence, not speaking, but holding you, loving you, watching over you. He is not far. He is not absent. He is not ignoring you. He is working. He is weaving. He is right there, in every breath you take, in the stillness. So hold on, stay rooted, keep your heart open. With separation, you are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. God is with you, even when He's quiet. And one day, you'll look back, you'll understand, and you'll thank Him for the silence. You'll thank Him for the waiting, for the stillness, for the fire that forged your faith, because the silence was never empty. It was full of purpose. If this message touched something in you, if the silence you've carried now feels holy, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to this channel, because God still has more to say. Like this video if it helped you hear Him again, even in the quiet. And please, share it with someone who feels forgotten, someone who needs to know that God's silence is not His absence. God is still speaking, sometimes in storms, sometimes in whispers, and sometimes in silence. Stay with us. There's more to come.